This particular snowfall was just absolutely gorgeous. It just came down in this big, fluffy clumps, and it was so visual. Even in the photography shots, it really did show up very well, almost like a Christmas card. And I really was amazed by it. I did get a lot of shots of this particular snowfall. It is a little bit of where it comes and it's just there for a few days and then it melts because it's quite warm still. We've been kind of going up into the 50s, so it's not really staying or sticking to the ground, which is okay because I do have a lot of leaves still that I have to push into the garden beds. This is the back of the garden, and I don't have any trees with leaves, but the neighbor does with the one there to the left, and then there's another one you can't see right in this shot. And then these are the ones in the front, and they're really the city's trees, and they just tree line the sidewalks, and some of them are really gorgeous when you're driving through because they just have a canopy of this beautiful changing of the leaves, and the leaves are just everywhere. They're just really stunning, and everyone just pushes them to the side of the curb, and then of course the city comes and collects them. I'm also doing a lot of choir practicing, and it's been so incredibly dark when I'm going to the church. When I arrive there in the evening, it's already pitch black dark, and this was more in the morning, and you can see with the light through the stained glass, but in the evening even the stained glass is completely dark. You can't see any imageries hardly at all. And as well with the performances, it will be really beautiful for the holidays. I really have been trying to embrace more of the autumn. This is where all the leaves are in the front, and they're even more than this. I really have just, took the leaf blower and just blew them all to the curb really neatly. And I started to do a little bit of pre-decorating for Christmas. Not so much the decorating, but getting things ready, and I have some cleaning to do. I'm trying this year not to bring Christmas out until the day after Thanksgiving. Prior years, I always started right before Thanksgiving, and that was always a tradition. And this year is the first year I'm changing that till the day after. I don't like to wait too long because I'm excited to decorate, but there is a lot of pre-things to do, and also it's nice to enjoy the season, the seasonal colors and hues, and throughout the house as well, because the Christmas is a little bit different with the themes compared to Thanksgiving. And I really do like to see just one now, especially because we have such a small space to really decorate. This was my little vignette that I made, and that's really all the space I have in the kitchen. I have one little kitchen hutch, and I like to do seasonal little vignettes on there. And then I have a chalkboard door that I use. One side is chalkboard, the other side is some dried flowers. So I think I'm going to turn that around, write Merry Christmas, maybe hang some Christmas cards and some mittens, some things like that. And but right now we have Thanksgiving, and I just love these paper decorations. I wish I could just hang them through the window. I think that would be really lovely. I am thinking of making something more in the center. I saw in a Pinterest inspiration that I don't have here today, but it's something maybe for spring. Also, this time of year is the best time to highlight your warm beverages, and mine is coffee or hot chocolate. And cinnamon and nutmeg, it is just amazing. So that was something that I really wanted to highlight. My mood board for the end of the month of November is really highlighting some of the bits of Thanksgiving, which I like these colors. I like these colors probably all year round, but I think these are really gorgeous. And then bringing in a little bit of that Christmas. I always like that little bit of that pink. And I'm trying to get more of this type of a tone in the kitchen. I do have the checkered black and white, and then I do want to add a little bit more floral throughout the house and a little bit of that layered look and with the ruffles. So these were some of the inspirations that I had for my Pinterest, and just those really rich colors and fabric, and also with baggage. I love velvet, and also the those cute little vintage styles of those. I think those are just adorable, and just really layering in the wintertime. It's nice to layer your bed decor in a side table, even with a little bit of that Christmassy look from years gone by. And again, here we have the paper, again, the paper lanterns, and I think roses and fruit is so gorgeous. They can be a very lush look for the holiday, and this is good still for Thanksgiving, except for right here we're getting into the Christmas, and this was some of my Christmas ideas. I'm still really in love with the stripe, and bringing out my antique dishware for hot chocolate, and my 1970s style. Again, we have the paper lanterns using real candles, bringing in that earth tones with Christmas as well, not just for Thanksgiving, but kind of trying to combine them. So this is where I have that 1970s style. I think you can bring in these earthy tones. And I remember these really big foils on the trees in the 70s, and I was thinking of that as well. Also, a lot of layer looks with different kinds of patterns, and keeping it more Christmassy as we get more into December. For a fashion look, that was another thing I was really thinking about. And they don't have to always be something really dressy, but it is nice if you can get like a really nice white shirt and then maybe add something over it to get this kind of tone. I do like, again, here we have the different textures and layers of different patterns, and I think that is something that I'm really thinking about for the holiday. And then, of course, we have the earth tones and that burgundy again, and it really has a good look. And then, of course, adding ribbon to that really nice white shirt, I think is just gorgeous. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and if you are not celebrating, have a wonderful weekend.